Hello and welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. I'm Dana Cowley and my guest today is Troy Woody. He's the General Manager of the TRAC in Pasco. Troy, thanks for joining us.
You bet, thank you.
You have a busy year ahead.
Yeah, we do. Always.
You start off in January and you just go hard right into spring. That's your busiest time of year.
Absolutely, yeah. The first 4 months of the year generally booked, pre-booked every year, solid, every weekend, some significant open to the public type event.
What are the key events that you have coming up?
Well, you have the standards every year. We have a motocross event, a monster truck event, home and garden show, the spring arts and crafts show, that just go right down the list. It's pretty much in order the same set of events every year for that time of year.
And I noticed that in the summer you also get into some nice community yard sales. That's very helpful.
Yeah, that's an event we started about 3 years ago. It continues to grow. Last year, our average attendance was well over 1,000 people per garage sale, and this year we're going to expand that to outdoor as well. It's always been indoor, and so we're working with some companies like Harbor Freight to do outdoor sales and those kinds of things, so we can expand that into boats and RVs and whatever else you want to bring into the parking lot to try to sell.
Yeah, they're really fun events to just go down and meander to if you have an afternoon free.
It is, and it's frankly, it's much easier. You come in once and you can literally see 100 garage sales in one building and go home. So you spend a lot more time shopping instead of driving from spot to spot to spot.
Now, you are starting into your new year, 2014. Mm-hmm. As you reflect back, what were your big accomplishments in 2013?
Yeah, 2013 was actually a pretty good year for us. At the very beginning of the year, we lost a fairly significant piece of business that we thought we had contracted, and they, for whatever reason, it fell apart. So it was a little bit of a challenge to kind of catch up to that. But we finished out pretty strong. 14, frankly, I expect to be even better than 13. So we continue to pace pretty well over the last 6-7 years. It's been a very steady pace.
Do you have anything new booked for 2014 we can look forward to, something we haven't seen before?
No, but pretty much the same events or types of events. We are bringing back the Demo Derby, which will be tied to Camp Patriot this year, so we're very excited to bring that back and use that as a fundraiser for that organization. We'll be doing a lot more dances. We have, I think, 4 or 5 contracted dates for dances, groups to be named, but that'll be more than we had last year.
Oh. Now, one of the things you were mentioning to me before we started our interview was that sometimes people don't necessarily understand how our public-private facilities are funded, and that people might always expect a facility like the TRAC to make money, when sometimes properties like this aren't even designed to make money in the first place.
Yeah, it's an interesting challenge for us. In fact, they're not built to make money, and that's why the government or public sector builds them and not private sector. If they in general were a good business model, private companies who are good with math would build them because they're profitable, and they're just not. Much like our pool systems, our softball complex, the senior center in Pasco is a great example, loses $250,000 a year. They charge people to come in, but still at the end of the day it loses $250,000 a year. But that's just an expectation for them, it's okay. For whatever reason, the public perception sometimes for a TRAC is, yeah, but you shouldn't lose money. And when they build them in that scale, there's a reason why only public entities build those types of structures.
And how did your finances work in 2013 and 2014? It's
going to be very similar to what it has been the last 3 or 4 years. We finished about $2 million in revenue, and we'll have about a $400,000 subsidy.
And that is very common. I know that was part of the discussion we had when we were talking about the Aquatic Center, which was up for vote last year. Troy, thank you. We sure appreciate you being here. This is Troy Woody. He's the General Manager of the TRAC in Pasco. I'm Dana Cowley, and you're watching Charter Local Edition Northwest.